To the weekly Extra Point Live. I'm your host, Mocon. With this special edition, we are live in Brossard, Quebec for the road show for the Div 8 finals between the Mercenaries and the Triple Sixers. With me, as always, is none other than Ray Starwar himself, looking very nice.
Well, I try to outshine you. It's kind of tough, because you always have the trendiness going on. But
yes.
I figured, for this momentous occasion, let's try for once to look good.
We did.
We do look good. We look great.
Absolutely. Let's break down the Mercenaries and Triple Sixers. The season series between these guys, 1-1 split here, as the Mercenaries won very big, 52-21. However, the Sixers won 26-25 on this very field about a month ago without Kareem Shawal and a very depleted Triple Sixer team. But now we're here in the finals, the two best teams left in Div 8. Let's break it down, Ray Starwar. The highest scoring offense versus the lowest scoring defense points allowed here. In reference to the Mercenaries scoring so many points. Well, let's look at it though, Ray.
Well, I think the Mercenaries, we talk about how potent their offense is. You just mentioned it, and it's all obviously a large part is due to Carmen Puliche and his quarterback play. He finds ways to get the ball to the open receivers. Paul Lapierre had a career year with Carmen Puliche. Then you have other receivers who are just as good, maybe not stats-wise, but names go on: Jacques Voigt, Stéphane Chartrand, Teddy Fournette, Shane Paquette, John Laristis. So Carmen Puliche has a handful of capable receivers at his disposal, and he's making the defense pay.
All right, what about the Sixers though? Which team will we see? The team that had a great start, a 5-1 start, then kind of fluttered, losing a whole bunch of games, and then have come on strong of late with big wins over ONS and DA's finest. So which team will we see tonight though, Ray?
I think at Triple Sixers you'll see a confident bunch. We just mentioned that the last time they faced the Mercenaries was in Week 9, and they won that game 26-25. Now, this is a team that I think you will see tonight, because if you look at the Triple Sixers the last 2 weeks, the first 2 weeks of playoffs, the first week they came in against ONS, won the game. It was a close one, but they did end up winning. Then 2 weeks ago against the Finest, they came in and won that game as well. So I think they are picking up momentum at the right time. On top of that, I think the Triple Sixers have found a new life in their offense with Corey Greenway. And you mentioned the time that they did win in Week 9 against the Mercenaries. Kareem Shawal was not there, but Corey Greenway did throw the ball for the Triple Sixers and got the victory against the Mercenaries. So I think Triple Sixers will be a confident bunch. I think they seem ready, and I think they are definitely focused.
All right, who has the advantage in this scenario? Given how the Mercenaries didn't play any playoff games for the first 2 weeks and have played last week and now this week. Whereas the Sixers' last playoff game, they played the first 2 weeks and then had the bye week, and now here they are. So who has the advantage going into this game with the momentum?
That's a very tough question to answer, Mo, because, the Triple Sixers, as you mentioned, they have had a week off. But if you look at their first 2 weeks, they were a very determined group. And I think they used those 2 weeks as momentum. However, with the Mercenaries, I think you have to give them the nod as terms of advantage, because, they played last week, which I think is always a big advantage going into a finals. You played the week before, so you are somewhat, warm and ready to go. But then again, it's kind of tough because some of these guys are veteran players. They have outdoor leagues they play in, so everybody stays warm. In terms of the advantage, I don't think it's because of the bye week, but I think the advantage goes more to the Mercenaries, because I think their offense seems to be clicking. Against the Rainmakers, they put up 41 points, and if you look at their average in the season, it was 43.2. So the Mercenaries are doing what they're supposed to do, and I think that's given them the advantage.
All right, speaking of clicking, Ray Starwar had the opportunity to talk to both teams prior to this football game. Let's hear what they had to say.
I'm here with Corey Greenway of the Triple Sixers. We're doing a quick pre-game interview to find out how the team is doing, what the mood is. So Corey, let's get right to it. I know you have a lot of preparation to do with the game just underway very soon. First question, very easy. What's the team morale right now? First finals in Division A for the Triple Sixers. 2 years ago, they were in the spring finals in Division C, which they won. I don't think you were at that time. So now this team comes back in the higher stage. What's the team morale right now?
Well, we're really excited to be here. It's the, finals, man. Everyone's excited to be at the finals. Just want to go out, play hard, and win.
Another question, which I think a lot of people are thinking about, Mercenaries, #1 ranked offense. All year long on Weppel, I said the Triple Sixers have a very physical, intimidating, aggressive defense, which is why you guys have been in many games and won games because of that. So what is the defensive strategy now to face against a team that has such a potent offense?
We just have to do what we've been doing all year. I mean, we beat them before. We haven't beat them this season, so we just got to take back. I can't reveal all my secrets, right away, but we're just going to play like we did the game we beat them, just play some hard-nosed defense, come out and compete every single play, and we're just going to be ballers, and just play the game. That's all.
And last question, probably the one you didn't want to hear, but the last time you just mentioned you won Week 9 against the Mercenaries, and in that game you were the quarterback. Mind you had 3 interceptions, but you still end up winning the game. And we do know you for being in the extra point plays at times. So now what is your role on offense today against the Mercenaries, given the fact that you beat them last time?
Well, play receiver as usual, play receiver DB. Like I said, I do the conversions as well. So, just go out, catch every ball, receiver, make a few little jukes, score a touchdown,
But you wouldn't go to Kareem and say, listen, I beat these guys last time. I should be up again?
No, man, he's our quarterback. I'll let him lead us. He just didn't have to be there that game. I just came in and took up the role of the leader. But he's our real leader. I'll just do what I got to do. That's all.
Well, there you have it. Corey Greenway, a humble guy, a talented receiver, and probably a great teammate as well. So, Corey, good luck in the game.
Thank you very much.
Right next is the Mercenaries. Now we're here with Stefan Chartrand of the Mercenaries, about to get ready and face in his, your second finals since last spring?
First official.
First official. He was injured last year, so now he gets a chance to get back into the field, get back into the action. So let's get right to it, Stefan. I know you have a lot of preparation to do. First question, team morale. How does it feel right now? I know you said you weren't there last year, but the Mercenaries, it seems like a bunch that likes to win, and they're very comfortable being in the state. So what is the morale right now of the team?
Very comfortable, actually. We got a bunch of good guys, and even during the semifinals, just laughing in the huddle. It was a great team atmosphere.
And right now, looking at this game, we know that the Mercenaries have the #1 ranked offense. Everyone knows that, 432 points in the regular season. But defensively, who has to step up on defense tonight against the Triple Sixers?
I think our rush mainly. Teddy can be huge for us, especially on Pat Jerome. But again, as an item, as a unit, we have to perform. They have a lot of good depth players.
And the last question, again, I'll let you get back to your preparations. The last time you faced the Triple Sixers was Week 9. You guys lost 26-25.
Yeah.
Being the #1 ranked offense, why did you have so much trouble scoring up points? You only put up 25 points against a defense that you put 56 points at the Week 3 when you beat them. So why did you have trouble putting up points against them last time around?
I don't know if I can say this, but I think Carm was drunk. That could be one of the reasons. No, I think basically we took them, a little for granted. They didn't have their starting quarterback. Off throws, Carm had one of his, his worst games of the season, but Carm in the finals, you can't go against him.
Well, on two side notes, one, yes, Carm is usually always under the influence, but he plays better that way. Having spoken from experience, he plays better that way. And second, Carmen has never lost in the finals, ever. So I guess that's probably a good omen for you guys going in.
Yeah.
So again, thanks again, Stefan, for being here.
Thank you.
That's Stefan Chartrand of the Mercenaries, and back up to the studio.
All right, Ray, looking at what has to happen for the Sixers, do they need to slow down the tempo like they did against the Finest and like they did against ONS, two high-scoring teams, for them to be successful?
Definitely. I think if the Sixers have a chance in this game, they definitely have to slow down the tempo. And, keep in mind, the slower the game is, the more they control the clock, the more they control the offense and the ball on the offense, the longer you're keeping Carmen Pulisic off the field on offense. So if you lost the game that they won, 26-25, it was 26-25. I mean, for the Mercenaries to score 25 points, it shows that they were not on field that much, or if they were very frustrated with the Sixers defense. So I think if you are Triple Sixers, you have to go with the same type of mentality. You got to slow the game down, and you got to let Carmen stay off the field on offense.
All right, what's going to happen first? Pat Jerome being stopped for the deep balls or stopping Paul Lapierre in the red zone?
I think to stop Paul Lapierre in the red zone is probably very tough because of his height, and not only because of his height, he does run good routes. And the last thing on that is he really protects the ball, so he'll definitely have a big wingspan for the target. And once the ball's coming in there, you can't get around to pat the ball down. So I think to stop Paul Lapierre in the red zone, you can maybe limit him, but you won't be able to stop him. So I think if I have to take a stab right now at who I prefer in the red zone offense, Paul or Pat Jerome, I would go with Paul Lapierre because I think he's a bit of a bigger and a stronger target.
All right, what's more impressive here? Kareem Sherrill throwing 1 INT all season long, or the Mercenaries offense scoring 432 points?
Look, if Kareem Sherrill has thrown 1 interception, that is impressive. I mean, you have to admit, a quarterback over 10 games in a season to throw 1 interception is very impressive. But the most impressive is a quarterback who throws for 63 touchdowns. I mean, 63 touchdowns, you're looking at a lot of touchdowns and a record.
6.3 per game.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a record. If I'm not mistaken, I think it's a record in the league. So Complexe, I think that's more impressive to me, even though he has more interceptions, but to throw 63 touchdowns, which is 33 more than Kareem Sherrill, is more impressive.
All right, Ray Sauer, time for your predictions. In about an hour or so from now, who will be hoisting the Div A title from this, well, on the football field, but from this table?
Well, I think before I make the predictions, let's discuss some of the X factors that might be in the game. I'll just pick one per team that I think have a big impact. From the Mercenaries' point of view, Jacques Voigt, although they've only played 1 game, has about 70-some yards and a couple of touchdowns. I think he'll have a huge impact on the Mercenaries' offense. And for the Triple Sixers, I know you hear Pat Jerome, I know you hear GF Marcotte, but I'm going to go with Corey Greenway. He can do it all. Offense as a receiver, extra points as a quarterback, defensive player. He could do basically everything for them, and he'll have to be the X factor. Having said that, I just think the Mercenaries offense is clicking on all cylinders right now. The last time they played each other, it was Corey Greenway, and they won the game, but he still threw 3 interceptions. I think the Mercenaries will learn from that, and they will come on stronger, and I think Mercenaries, in an hour and some minutes, will be holding this elusive Division A trophy.
All right, so there you have it. Ray Star Wars Div A prediction. We'll find out in an hour's time who will be hoisting this trophy. Coming up next is the play-by-play of the Div A finals. We'll see how it is, the halftime report, then the postgame show as Ray and I wrap up this whole division. Stay tuned.
And a perfect season, a nice season to say.
Div A finals up next. And welcome to the Div A finals between the upstart Triple Sixers against the Complexe-led Mercenaries. Darren Basjank, can the Mercenaries repeat as champions?
Well, they definitely are the favorites in this game. A lot of savvy veteran experience, excellent talent on both sides, a record-breaking offense. On the other side, you have the Triple Sixers, who pull off one of the biggest upsets we've seen recently in beating a somewhat familiar team in DA's finest, Mokan.
Not Montreal's finest.
Not Montreal's finest, but it was still one of the teams that were the favorites. And Triple Sixers come in here, and they are ready. You know that they're excited about this game. They've had 2 weeks to prepare for it. They were able to watch the Mercenaries game, so the week prior, leading into it, because of the bye week that they got. So you got to wonder, an extra week, is that going to play in better preparation for them, or is it going to be added nerves? I'm not entirely sure. We will have to see. But still, it should set up to be an excellent final.
And it looks like the Mercenaries will open up the DA finals with the football. And the Triple Sixers, can they match the output that they had against DA's finest in this week's battle? Keep in mind, the bye week did play into effect because the finest did play the Sixers 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Mercenaries played last week. So we'll see who is a little bit more crisp in their offense and defense. So we'll look at the first play of the game for the Mercenaries, led by Complexe and Paul Lapierre, who tied the touchdown receiving record of 27 grabs during their regular season by Mr. SCC himself from the Express, Simon Charbonneau-Campeau.
That was a season I never thought I'd see repeated, and lo and behold, a year later, Paul Lapierre puts up 27 touchdowns, an incredible season for him, which made him Receiver of the Year.
That's right, and we'll see how this plays out, if they will go to him more often than not. And looking at what has to happen for the Triple Sixers, they need to slow down the pace and make it their solid football. 1st and 10 now for Complexe and the Mercenaries offense. John Laristis, the snapper, waiting to snap that ball. And he will right now to Complexe, looking to his right. He is going sidelines, way out of bounds, intended for Paul Lapierre.
The usual snapper for the Mercenaries is Shane Paquette, who you will notice is not starting the game.
That's right.
He was not starting the game because he's too busy celebrating the championship victory in a thrilling final in the Div B championship game with the Snookers. So John Laristis, being a jack of all trades, a guy who's played every single role except for quarterback, I believe, for this team, is coming in and filling in. He's obviously a position he's played many times in the past, leading up to even back with the Pink Panthers way back in 2006, I believe he was their snapper.
Second down and 10 for the Mercenaries. Police gets the snap, looking to his left. He is going to his right. It is caught by Steph Chartrand, enough for a first down, tackle by Pat Jerome.
Chartrand is one of the best and most underrated players in Flag Plus football. Toiled away on the Monarchs teams for years and years, didn't get the ball that much, and now in the last year or two, we're starting to see his stock rise and rise to the point that he's become a very important fixture on this Mercenaries offense.
All right, first down and 10 now for the Mercenaries as they look to open up this drive with a touchdown. Police going to his left. He is going right to the left side. It is incomplete, intended for Garrett Taylor.
Taylor not able to get the feet in bounds. It was an interesting thought of a play, but it really did not have much chance of success. As you can see, Taylor was all over the sideline before he even got the ball.
Second down and 10 now for the Mercenaries, and they have a very high-octane offense, scoring 432 points in the regular season.
Breaking the record.
That's right. Can they continue on right now? As Police gets the ball, looking to his right, he has got Paul Lapierre open for a 9, maybe 10-yard gain. We'll get the exact marker.
Speaking of records, Paul Lapierre has been unstoppable, widely considered to be a member of the next FPF Hall of Fame class. Paul Lapierre has obviously been racking up numbers over and over, season after season, and you've got to imagine that he's going to be a huge part of Carmen Police's offensive game plan tonight.
Third down coming up here for the Mercenaries. Will they convert? We'll find out right now. Police looking to his left, going to his right. He has got an open man, Steph Chartrand. He has the ball. Touchdown, Steph Chartrand, 6-0 Mercenaries.
Missed tackles on that last play. Chartrand makes the catch, eludes one tackler, and then just gets past a second one to make it into the end zone. And that's the name of the game here. You've got to be ready to execute in the FPF Championship Finals. You cannot afford to miss tackles like that. Certainly not against a offensive juggernaut of the caliber of the Mercenaries.
All right, PAT coming up here for the Mercenaries to make this a 7-0 lead. John Larissa going to snap the ball to Carmen Police. He does, looking to his left. He's going to his left. Incomplete, intended for Jacques Void. Corey Greenway with the pass deflection.
Yeah, nice defense by Greenway. He read it all the way, and he had a hand in there. There was very little chance for success on that one. Greenway read it perfectly.
All right, opening drive cut up here for the Triple Sixers, down 6-0 early in the first half of the Div A Finals for the spring title. Kareem Shawal had a phenomenal game last week, has yet to throw an INT so far in the season, and has been very efficient, so to speak, here. When to give his signals to his players. And of course, we all know about Pat Ladders Jerome, who is isolated on the backside, trips right to Shawal's right side. Shawal looking at the defense, seeing what he likes, an overload, so to speak, here, as he gets the football. Silent snap, gets it, looking to the middle. He is going deep to Pat Jerome. He is wide open. It is touchdown, Pat Jerome.
No, wait, I don't know if he got both feet in.
And it looks like no, it is out of bounds.
I know the Mercenaries players were ruling that it wasn't, but Jerome's not even arguing the call. He's not even celebrating. So maybe we'll see it on this replay.
Wide open.
Wide open, yeah. I don't think he was able to get the feet in bounds, and I think he knows it too. Not even a smile on his face.
A smirk.
Maybe a smirk rather than a smile, so he knows he wasn't in. Good thought, I guess, and it's incredible to me that he would still be open on the first play when you know he's the main target. But we know that this is going to be, if anything, an offensive shootout. It will not be a defensive battle.
Second down now, second and 10 to be exact, for the Triple Sixers. Shawal waits for the snap. He gets it, looking to his right. He's going to throw it to his right. It is caught by Corey Greenway for a 7-yard gain, tackled by Adi Sharma.
Well, this is smart. I mean, the Triple Sixers have made their name on deep passes, big plays, mainly to Patrick Jerome, and this is a chance for them to kind of shirk that image. That's how they got to be successful this season. They diversified. They played a bit smarter, spread the ball around more, and it's with plays like that, the short plays, you got to give what's taken to you, not always go deep, and that's what the Triple Sixers have been doing, and that's why they're here.
All right, third down coming up here for the Sixers. A trips formation to the right side of Kareem Shawal. Pat Jerome on the backside, going up against Godfrey Abu, which is sort of a mismatch. And Shawal waiting for the snap. He gets it, looking to his right. He throws a quick out route. It is caught by Mathieu Tuat for the first down, 6-yard gain.
Suat is a player who's mainly known for his defensive skills with Express, but has come in and played a very valuable role for this Triple Sixers offense, making timely grabs, making smart plays, and he provides kind of a calming veteran leadership on this offense. It's kind of a guy who just does his work, doesn't get noticed much, but is a very big asset for Kareem Shawal.
All right, here we go again. Kareem Shawal taking his time in the huddle. He wants to milk that clock. He knows very well that in order for this team to be in contention with the Mercenaries, you cannot give them many opportunities on offense. 1st and 10 come up here for the Sixers as they look to tie this football game up at 6 or go up by 1 point. Shawal looking over the middle, going to his left. He's got Jeff Marcotte, my apologies, for a 3-yard gain. Tackled by Godfrey Abu.
Marcotte, GF Marcotte, a big player for this team. One of the stalwarts, rakes in a ton of catches, obviously, at that snapper position. He's been really the other main go-to guy for Kareem Shawal throughout his seasons in Flag Plus football. If it isn't Pat Jerome deep, it's usually Marcotte short. So I think that's probably something, while he's shown some growth as a quarterback and started diversifying his passes, it's something that we will still probably see a lot of.
2nd down now for the Sixers. Shawal gets the silent count. He does. Look, rolling to his right. He's going to run. He's going to throw. It is incomplete. Unbelievable. A miscommunication of sorts to Pat Jerome.
Something a bit different from Kareem Shawal. We never see him roll that much. You see him kind of showing run, but then there was a chance there. There was an opening for Pat Jerome, and it was a smart, interesting play, a little bit different from them. Just you could see that's kind of not their game plan either. It's not the kind of play they run. You saw they were a little bit off, Mokan.
All right, 3rd down coming up here for the Sixers. Can they convert once again to prolong this drive? As, again, for them right now, they have to get some points. They can ill afford to not go and not score points, because when you're playing a Mercenaries offense, they can score at any given moment. That is for sure. Trips right to Shawal's right side. Pat Jerome on the backside, lined up with Godfrey Abu. You wonder if they will go to that side and take Fournette playing more towards Jerome's side. Shawal pumps, fakes. He is going to get tackled. Will that be enough? 6-yard gain. It looks like it will be 4th down. It looks like a yes.
Comes up with 4th down play coming up big here. I guess Shawal just thought it was worth the opportunity to kind of try that run. It's something that not a lot of people expect from him. It's a decent thought, but he wasn't able to punch it past that 1st down beanbag. And now it brings up already a key play this early in the game.
4th down now, 4th and short for the Sixers. Can they convert and keep this drive alive? They have definitely eaten up a lot of clock so far in their opening drive of the 1st half. Trips right once again to Shawal's right side as he is looking to score points. He is surveying the defense. He's been a very calm influence now from his first days of FPF up till now. Not chewing out his team as he once did. Shawal gets it. Larissa's rushing him. He is going over to Marcotte. It is caught for the first down. I think he's outside
of the end zone.
Outside the goal line right now.
He broke a tackle. I thought he had a chance to make it in, but a touchdown-saving tackle late on that play prevented him from getting in. But a good play by Marcotte. And like I said, once you get into those short yardage territories, he's the guy you have to watch out for. Yep. An excellent receiver and a great safety valve for Kareem Shawal.
All right, 1st down now. New set of downs. 1st and goal for the Sixers. They have eaten up a lot of the play clock. As again, they have had 8 plays on this drive. This will be the 8th play on the drive right now for them. Very uncommon in FPF. Usually it takes about 4 plays to score, but for them, they are taking up the clock and eating plays up. Shawal to his left, looking. He's got incomplete through the hands of Marcotte. Godfrey Booth thought he had the INT.
Just as I keep singing Marcotte's praises, he kind of gets his hand on that ball but bats it up and gives Godfrey Abu, who is, I guess, livid that he wasn't able to pick that ball off. It could have been a big turning point, but a nice play by Godfrey Abu to be there. Maybe a little bit of footsteps. I don't know. It wasn't a great catch it wasn't an easy catch by any means for GF Marcotte, but that being said, you'd like to see one of your more sure-handed receivers come down with that ball.
2nd down coming up here for the Sixers. 2nd and goal, my apologies. Shawal rolling to his right. He's looking. He is going. He's got open man. Pat Jerome through the hands. He was open a little bit early. Could not find him. Incomplete.
It looks like it's actually a sack by John Laristis.
Oh, yes, it is.
Yeah, you'll see it on this replay here. He gets the flag. Well, actually, you don't, but he gets the flag right before the ball gets out of Kareem Shawal's hands. John Laristis filling in for Defensive Player of the Year Brandon Pierre, who disappeared in playoff time, and he's been doing a great job for them. Like I said, he's kind of a jack of all trades, plays all the positions, and comes in and has been doing a great job rushing the quarterback for them, and comes up with a huge sack here this close to the end zone. Could be a turning point.
Third down coming up, third and goal coming up here for the Triple Sixers, and they have been pushed back, so they have a little bit more space to work with as Tam Villadeth shifts over to the right side. Chawal looking to the right. He is going to go to the right. Caught by Villadeth, and he is
muscled out of bounds, short of the end
gain.
zone. Yeah, they get a bit of that yardage back, but Adi Sharma was there and kind of just gently directed him towards the sideline, I guess you could say.
That will actually be enough for the first down. Yes, it will be, and they'll have a fresh set of downs one more time.
I'm not sure, but this might be the longest drive in the history of Flag Plus football.
It definitely is in our books, that is for sure. And first and goal now for the Triple Sixers. Trips right. Kareem Chawal looking to punch this one in. Finally, he gets the ball. Looking to his left. He is pumping. He is going. It is caught. It is touchdown. JF Marcotte with a huge grab. 6-6.
6-6, big touchdown by Jeff Marcotte right in front of Godfrey Abou, who must be kicking himself for not intercepting that ball earlier. That really could have been a chance to blow this game wide open right away. Any turnover is crucial against Mercenaries offense as potent as it is. Marcotte gets a big touchdown, gives themselves some breathing room here as we wait for the extra point.
PAT coming up here. They will look to go up potentially 7-6 in this football game, have a lead for the first time, and a very time-consuming drive by the Sixers. Corey Greenway at the helm for the extra point attempts. He gets the snap, looking over the middle, rolling to his left. He is throwing to the left side. It is caught by JF Marcotte. 7-6 Triple Sixers.
We've seen this a lot this season. Corey Greenway comes in for the extra points, kind of gives a bit of a different look for the Triple Sixers on extra points instead of Kareem Chawal. Look, two main goals for the Triple Sixers. I spoke to Kareem Chawal leading into this game, and their goals on offense was really mistake-free football and eat up that clock, limit how much time Carmen Police has to put some points on the board. Mission accomplished so far on that first drive.
All right, Carmen Police back at the helm, rolling to his left. He's looking. He's rolling out to his right. He is going to run. No, he's going to throw a quick out to Steph Chantran for a 5-yard gain, 2nd and 5.
Carmen Police maybe looking a little bit like Tony Tibet from that prior game. Looks one way, rolls the other, throws it across his body down the middle. A little bit of a shift in Carmen Police's
A little Brett Favre-like maneuvering over there.
Yeah, a little bit surprising, I have to say.
2nd down and 5 now for the Mercenaries. Carmen Police, a veteran, has never lost an FPF final, I think. And he is looking to win this again. He's looking to his left, rolling to his left. He is going to elude the rush. He has all day. He's now going to run a great move by Carmen Police.
Oh, he gets by him.
And he'll get 14 yards on the play. A huge savvy move by the veteran.
Well, Carmen Police is a guy who obviously, while not the fastest guy on the field, has surprising elusiveness. And every time you've seen him take off, he always manages to get by one or two players, and it's something that's very, very impressive because he's a guy who can get it all done from the pocket, and he doesn't have to. He has that other weapon in his arsenal, not afraid to use it from time to time.
All right, 1st and 10 now for the Mercenaries. Police adjusts his flag, waiting to get the ball snapped from Shane Paquette to him. Surveys the defense, gets it, looking to his right. He is going to pump it. He's thrown out to Paul Lapierre on the sidelines. It is caught for a 6-yard gain. Bruno Collette with the tackle.
Steady diet of Paul Lapierre, no reason to change it. The guy presents matchup problems against anybody, got excellent hands, knows where to be, and him and Carmen Police have an excellent rapport, as they showed with 27 touchdowns combined between from one to the other this regular season.
They always say fiber and Paul Lapierre is a solid diet to have. 2nd down now, and just outside the red zone for the Mercenaries. Shane Paquette snaps the football to Carmen. He throws it through the hands of Steph Chartrand, incomplete.
All right, now this is something I've always wondered. Why does Steph Chartrand not wear gloves? You'd think maybe he could have made that catch with gloves. I don't know. There's always one or two players who somehow just continue to have excellent hands despite not wearing the gloves. I guess that's Chartrand's look, but certainly has never slowed him down in the past.
Tim Brown never wore football gloves.
I guess some people just got it, and Steph Chartrand usually definitely good for that type of catch. Not the easiest one. He was just cutting to his right as the ball came in. Maybe he wasn't expecting it so quick.
And here we go. Carmen Police waiting for the snap of the football. He gets a rolling to his right. He pumps. He's throwing an out pass to Paul Lapierre. Touchdown, Paul Lapierre. All reliable, Mr. Fire himself with the touchdown.
Yeah, Bruno Collette with the coverage there. He did everything he could except basically tackle Paul Lapierre. He
yeah.
was right all over him. He had the jump. He made the read. He knew it was coming, but it's just a very difficult combination to stop. Paul Lapierre presents such a big target for Carmen Police, and there's nowhere that you can put it that he can't catch it. Excellent hands and an excellent receiver.
PAT coming up here now for the Mercenaries, looking to potentially go up 13-7, my apologies, if they can convert on this drive on the extra point attempt. Police looking, pumps it, throws it to Shane Paquette through the hands. Picked off by Corin Greenway, but he is deflagged by Carmen Police. It is still 12-7 Mercenaries.
Maybe a point-saving tackle there by Carmen Police. As you'll see here, as Greenway gets a big head of steam. Obviously, he's an incredible athlete, and all he had to beat after that was Paul Lapierre, and you got to like Greenway's opportunity there to get by him with the entire field in front of him. Carmen Police makes an extra point-saving tackle.
And you wonder if extra points will be a big factor as it was in the Div B finals. In the Div A finals, if you can't convert them, we'll see how this plays out in due time.
Well, so far, Triple Sixers 1-0 on extra points. Mercenaries 0 for 2, so things going well with them. Triple Sixers coming off a very successful, time-consuming drive for them. We'll see if that continues to be the case with Karim Shawal waiting to get the snap.
All right, Karim Shawal has a base formation for his offense, waiting to get the ball from Jeff Marcotte. He gets it, looking to his right. He is going to go deep. It is a deep ball to Pat Jerome. It is picked off by Teddy Fournette. Deflagged at the 5-yard line of the Mercenaries. A huge play.
Yeah, Pat Jerome deflags him right away. Otherwise, there could have been significant yardage there. Great play. Obviously, I'm not sure what
punt.
I'm not exactly sure what Karim Shawal's read was. Some kind of miscommunication. Something did not work out. But Fournette was right there, makes a big jump, and comes down with that interception. And like we said, turnovers are key. This is exactly what you do not want to do. It's the mirror image of the first drive for the Triple Sixers. Horrible outcome.
Police waiting for the snap of the football. He will get it rolling to his left. He waits. He's rolling out to his right. He's going to throw a quick out. Incomplete. It is intended for Seth Chantral. Incomplete.
Incomplete, and actually, surprisingly enough, Jeff Marcotte was on the coverage, I believe, there. And it's surprising to all of us who follow the Triple Sixers to even see him on defense. But going into this game, two of their regular defensive contributors, Raphael Fredette and Sébastien Martin-Beau, both injured, not able to play. So Jeff Marcotte coming out of his comfort position and playing a little bit of defense.
Shane Paquette snapping the ball to Carmen Police in his end zone. He throws an out route caught by Steph Charton. First down and more. A huge catch.
Really working that right side of the field. Carmen Police must like the matchups there, as he has not looked at Jacques Void once, only looked at Garrett Taylor once, and it was on the sideline. It's been a, as we mentioned, steady diet of Paul Lapierre, but a little helpful serving of Steph Chartrand as well.
A little race server.
Okay, sure.
You don't like that?
Oh, I mean,
a little pause by you on that.
Yeah, I didn't really know how to respond there.
First down now for the Mercenaries. Police rolling out to his right. He is going to go to the middle of the field. Caught by Paul Lapierre for 8 yards. Tackled by Corey Greenway.
Yeah, tackled immediately after he caught that ball. Paul Lapierre, we talk about him as an excellent receiver. And obviously, we do mention his height advantage. And it's in situations like that where he can just go up and get that ball that nobody else on the field really can. That being said, his receiving skills are not just limited to being a jump ball receiver, as I'm sure he would tell you himself.
If Ross Caston, our former cohort, was here, he would say jump ball receiver.
Yes.
First and 10 now.
He's not.
Police going to his left. He is going over the corner through, I think he hit off Corey Greenway, through the hands of Shane Paquette. Incomplete.
Looked like Shane Paquette thought that might be an easier catch than it ended up being. He just turned around and waited for it to drop into his hands. But Greenway got an arm in there, playing excellent defense so far, patrolling that right side of the defensive backfield.
Again, third down now coming up here for the Mercenaries. Looking to go up by 2 scores late in the first half. My apologies. Base formation from Carmen Police. Tam Vildeth not been able to sack Carmen yet. Police rolling to his right. He is going to go to his right. It is caught by Paul Lapierre. Too easy. Touchdown, Paul Lapierre.
Like a hot knife through butter, as it has been all season. Paul Lapierre's second touchdown of the game right now. They have no answers for them. Nobody has all season. It really just presents such a difficult target to stop, but Triple Six is going to have to try and figure something out, maybe shift some defense, kind of focus more on him, maybe get Pat Jerome his way. At least it gives a little bit of a height comparison with his hops. I don't know.
And you can see Pat Jerome is talking to Bruno Collette about the miscommunication on that play, but we'll see on this 2-point convert what happens here. Police rolling out deep. He's going to his right. He eludes the rush. He has all day now. He throws it to the corner. It is caught by Steph Chartrand, and it is good. The 2-point convert, it is good. 20-7 now for the Mercenaries.
A second time now, Carmen Police has been able to just elude slightly by inches Tam Villadeath's rush. Tam, who's filled in admirably for them, not his favorite role to play, but has done a very good job. He's a speedy rusher, he's a feisty guy. You got to figure that for him, his goal is not just to sack Carmen Police, but to kind of try and get in his head. But with a small rusher coming in at him, you know, Carmen Police has seen and done it all. The only times he's really struggled has been against a guy like Andrei Zesovic, and Tam Villadeath, like him or not, is no Andrei Zesovic.
Or Mo Khan. All right, first down now for the Triple Sixers in their drive here, hoping to cut that deficit in half if they can. Crimshaw has a base formation, gets snapped, looking to his left. He's rolling out to his left. John Laristis with that sack. Once again, 3-yard loss.
Unbelievable. Laristis really has been filling in excellently. I mean, to come in and play a role that is not your usual role and fill in for a guy who had 20 sacks during the regular season, won Defensive Player of the Year, and he's so far in this game done a great job. It's one thing less for the Mercenaries to have to worry about, and as you know, for a defensive team, Mo Khan playing rusher, when you can rely on your rusher to make that play for you when it appears, it's a big comfort to your defensive backfield.
Absolutely, it is for sure. Second down and 13 now for the Triple Sixers, and they look a little bit despondent right now. They need to get something going on for them. Their offense has not been in sync yet. Sherrall gets the snap of the football, rolling out to his right, throws it out past the J.F. Marcotte, caught, spin maneuver by him. That should be enough for a first down, or just shy of it. It will be about a 9 or 10-yard gain.
Well, the sack obviously set them back a little bit. It wasn't a huge loss, but Marcotte gets that ball with speed, makes a quick spin move, and gains some extra yardage, and that's very, very important. Now we've got 5 plays left in the half.
5 plays left, and the Sixers have to score some points now. Otherwise, this could be a deficit that they can come back from, if that's the case to be. Third down now for the Triple Sixers. Crimshaw calling out the plays, or calling out the play, my apologies. And he has Pat Jerome now situated on the far right-hand side, going up against Carmen Police now. So the matchup could be that right now. We'll see how this plays out. Schwal gets the ball, looking to his right, and yes, he does go to Pat Jerome. That should be enough for a first down, 4 yards on the catch.
You know that the Triple Sixers offense is not going to be going for the end zone right away. The last thing they wanted to do was score and give Carmen Police 4 plays to bring that ball back. With an offense that potent, you don't want to give them an opportunity to come back and score one last time right before the end of the half. They're going to milk these plays down and try and score with maybe 2, perhaps at the most 3 plays left. At least I think that's the strategy they're going for.
All right, first down now for the Sixers with about 4 plays left in the first half. They need to score some points. That is pretty imperative right now for Crimshaw. He waits for the snap of the football. Silent count, he gets it. Looking over the middle. Going to his right. He is going to the corner. It is through the hands of Corey Greenway. Incomplete.
Yeah, I would have liked, as I mentioned earlier, a bit of a more measured, conservative approach. Get a little bit closer and then give yourself 2 shots at the end zone. Going right away here, you run the double risk of 1, the Mercenaries being all over it as Carmen Police was on that play, and 2, giving them the ball back with too much time left. They haven't really shown an ability to slow down the Mercenaries offense, as nobody has this season.
Yep.
So you've got to be careful with giving them the ball back with too much time. Right now, 3 plays left, and you got to feel the urgency a little bit in the Triple Sixers offense. They seem to be a little bit tight, Mo Khan.
They do, and they're not playing their football. They're not playing the style of football that led them to a victory over DA's finest in the semifinals. Trips right now for Crimshaw. Gets the ball, rolling to his right. He is going to go to his right, caught by Tam Villadeath, and that will be a 5-yard gain, tackled by Carmen Police.
Well, that's it. Now they get a little bit closer. They've got 2 plays to punch it in. Tam Villadeath with a nice catch and run along down the sideline before Carmen Police deflags him. And we always say points are at a premium, Mo Khan, but in this case, it is
definitely there. They have to get the points.
Even more so. It's heightened the importance of this drive. If they do not come out of this drive with a touchdown, I don't want to say it's lights out, but they're really putting themselves in a big hole going into the second half.
Well, again, we might have to play the Monday Night Football song with Coach Sal and the boys out there.
Well, we won't be turning out the lights yet, but we'll see.
We'll see out there. All right, Crimshaw gets snapped. Run to his right. He is going to go to Corey Greenway for the out route, and Carmen Police are not happy with himself. 5-yard gain for Greenway.
Minimal gain. They're getting closer and closer, but now it brings up one last play to punch it into the end zone. As Corey Greenway gets a couple yards there, Kareem Shawal, we see kind of attacking Carmen Police's side a little bit more than he is the other side, especially after the unsuccessful play that resulted in an interception by Teddy Fournette earlier on.
A very unorthodox look here. A flood on the right side. No one on the backside, but Corey Greenway now backing up. He will get the ball. He has it now. He has all day. Who's he going to find? He has found Jeff Marcotte for the touchdown. It is a big grab for Marcotte. 20-13 right now.
Second touchdown of the game for GF Marcotte. Huge play at the end of the half. Last play, you could feel the Mercenaries licking their chops, thinking that they'd be able to stop them and take all the momentum. But GF Marcotte comes up with his second touchdown of the game. A very intelligent and well-designed play for the Triple Sixers. A little bit of misdirection and putting the ball in Corey Greenway's hands, who, as we've seen on all the extra points this season, a very, very capable player at that quarterback position.
All right. PAT coming up here now for the Triple Sixers, hoping to make this a 20-14 halftime lead for the Mercenaries. And stay tuned for the halftime report, which we'll bring to you in just a bit with Ray Starwar. Hence how I put the server in there, you know?
Bobby Brown, as he's known to some people.
All right, once again, flood look one more time with 4 receivers on the right side of Kareem Shawal. Shawal looks rolling out to his right. He has nobody open. Throwing that football away, Darren.
Yeah, I don't really like the idea of throwing the football away on an extra point. I know there's always the remote chance of someone returning it for that, stealing that extra point from you, but at least give your players a chance here to do something.
Coming up next, the halftime report with Ray Starwar, and afterwards the second half to this football game for the Div A title for the spring.
We're at the halftime between the Mercenaries and Triple Sixers. The score currently is 20-13. As discussed in the pregame show, the Triple Sixers had to slow the pace down. They did in the beginning, and it was a tight game. But then Kareem Shawal threw a key interception to Teddy Fournette that turned the tables on them in the middle of the game. Now, just before halftime, the Triple Sixers did make it interesting. As I said, it's 20-13. They do start with the ball, so the Triple Sixers do have a chance to climb back in this game and then pretty much go toe-to-toe. But the Mercenaries are off to a great start, and if they can hold them off after their first drive, first drive in the second half, they might seem like they're locked. So a good second half coming up. Back to the guys at the booth.
And welcome back to the second half of the football game. A close affair between the Mercenaries and the Triple Sixers. 20-13 lead. Sixers have the football. And Kareem Shawal looking to tie this football game up. Looking to the right side. He is going there. Incomplete. Batted down by Steph Chartrand. Intended for Tanville death.
Goes to show you how big that touchdown at the end of the first half was, because now, started the second half, Triple Sixers get the ball back. All of a sudden, that interception almost doesn't matter anymore. Puts them in a position to tie the game.
That's a big touchdown, that's for sure.
Big.
All right, very big. Second down coming up here for the Triple Sixers. And you wonder what they're going to do, if they're going to go deep with Pat Jerome or someone else on this team. Because we all know they like to dial up the long distance.
And they've only really done it once on that first play of the first drive for the Triple Sixers, where Pat Jerome was just a shade out of bounds in the back of the end zone. You got to wonder if they're going to start looking to him again. He hasn't gotten too many targets.
Second down now. Sherrell gets the snap. Looking to his left. He's going to hitch. Incomplete. Godfrey Abu on the play.
It's an interesting matchup that we will see Pat Jerome versus Godfrey Abu. A lot of times we've seen Pat Jerome in isolation off to that left offensive side, and Godfrey Abu kind of standing there just towering over him. Abu is obviously, Jerome has the athletic advantage, but Godfrey Abu is a very physical defender.
Very big. And
he is big, and you can see he's kind of trying to exert some muscle on Pat Jerome, kind of get in his head. We'll have to see how that impacts Kareem Shawal's decision making and Pat Jerome's play. So far, Jerome has been targeted 3 times and has only 1 catch for about 4 yards, something like that. So
third down coming up here for the Triple Sixers. Schwal gets the ball, looking to his left. He's going to throw to his left. Caught by Jeff Marcotte, and he might be just shy. Yes, well short. 7-yard gain for the first down.
7-yard gain is not enough. You have to wonder, it's a decision now for them to make. Will they be going for 4th down? Near midfield, I think that's the smart play at this point. You cannot afford to give the Mercenaries the ball back and go on that turnover. It's worth the risk at this point.
All right, 4th down coming up here now for the Triple Sixers as they look to prolong this drive. The Mercenaries looking to stop them. And, of course, Captain Adi Sharma calling out the defensive play over here. Seth Charton, Carm Palitri on one side, Godfrey Abreu, Tate Fournette on the other, John Laristis, the rusher, Sharma, the linebacker. And they might go with a flood look here, and they're a bit confused. Yes, Pat Jerome will be on the backside.
Oh, Kareem Shawal going out at receiver.
Yes, trying to confuse everybody's notion here.
You gotta
Greenway
expect
gets it.
Gotta expect a run. Yeah,
He's going to run. And he will be, I think he might be short of the first down.
he's short. Unbelievable.
Tom Cesare calling it short. A huge stop for the Triple Sixers.
For the Mercenaries.
Yes.
And right now, you see John Laristis wasn't able to get the sack, but he kind of read the play coming just enough to force him towards the out-of-bounds territory, and it wasn't enough for Corey Greenway to get that head start and get that first down that they needed. So a momentous turn of event. Mercenaries now have to be smelling the blood in the water.
And they are like sharks that they are. They hope to be back-to-back champions for the first time in Div. Police waiting for the snap of the football. He gets it. Looking to his right, rolling to his right. He's throwing a right pass to Paul Lapierre. 8-yard gain. Second down coming up.
Yeah, Lapierre steps out of bounds after an 8-yard gain, as Mokan mentioned. He's usually a snapper, and this season he's been playing receiver with Carmen Police, and it's kind of opened up a completely different aspect for him to his game, really allowing him to flourish more as a receiver than just as a snapper, as a safety valve, something like that. But Carmen Police just keeps going to that right side. We have not seen a look at that left side of the offensive field since that first pass to Garrett Taylor.
All right, second down coming up. Police going to the right side again to Steph Chartrand. That'll be a 6-yard gain.
Almost feel like he's goading the Triple Sixers to start shifting the entire defense to see if they can gain Jacques Voigt some space for him to make all these big plays. It's incredible to me that he hasn't gotten a single look so far.
Yeah, they're inching ever closer to the end zone right now for the Mercenaries. First down now for the Mercenaries. First and goal, my apologies, for the Mercenaries. Carmen Police waiting for the snap. He gets it, looking to his left now. He is going to go back to his right. He is sacked by Tam Villadeth. An 8-yard loss. Second down.
Well, there it is. A big play for Tam Villadeth at rusher. And I mentioned before, it's not just about the sacks. It's about making Carmen Police uncomfortable. And you see Carmen, in trying to elude Tam Villadeth, kind of takes a little spill there. You kind of want to get a little bit physical with him, trying to get him off his game. That's the only way people have ever succeeded with Carmen Police, is to kind of get him off the mindset, off the focus. And it's been so hard to do this season, to his credit. But Tam Villadeth has to keep providing good rush like that if the Triple Sixers have a chance.
Second down coming up here for the Mercenaries. They wait for the snap of the football. Police rolls out to his right. He is going to go to his right. Steph Chartrand with a hook catch right there. 5-yard gain for SC.
Chartrand just keeps making the big catch after big catch. And story of the game has been Carmen Police attacking that right side of the Triple Sixers defense. Attacking Colette, a former defensive player of the year with the Express, Championship Express, obviously a team that's had success against Carmen Police, and Pat Jerome on the on that side as well. It really is the stronger side if you think about it, statistically speaking, and had all kinds of success Carmen has. So
third down coming up here. Police rolling out to his right. He is going to avoid the rush. He's got all day now. Through the hands, it looked like Bruno Colette had deflected that football. Yes, he did.
Carmen Police showing great elusiveness again. It's the third or fourth time he's evaded Tam Villadeth, and this time moving to the left, turning back to the right, and getting the ball into Paul Lapierre. Wasn't able to get enough zip to get it by Bruno Colette's defensive arm.
All right, here we go. Big play coming up here. Fourth and goal now. Can they convert and make this a 2-score lead for themselves? Let's see how this plays out for Carmen Police and the offense. Gets the ball, rolling out to his right. He pumps. He's got Paul Lapierre open for the touchdown.
Big! And I don't just want to say that Paul Lapierre is a big target, but that is a big play for the Mercenaries. Triple Sixes had everything going the way they wanted it. They held them to fourth and short, and Paul Lapierre just swoops in right in front of that end zone and snares the ball. And that is a big opportunity wasted by the Triple Sixers. Now we'll have to see if they can get some momentum back on this extra point leading into their next offensive drive.
That's big for them. That's really big for them right now as they look to make this a 2-score lead, a full 2-score lead if they get the extra point convert. And here we go. Police looking to his left. He's going to his left. Jacques Voigt through the hands, incomplete, 26-13.
Finally, a look at the left side. It's been a while. Jacques Voigt kind of had a bit of a chance there, but Corey Greenway was in front of him. I guess he kind of lost sight of the ball. Nice little nip up there.
There you go, exactly. Very versatile that he is. All right, 26-13 now for the Mercenaries over the Triple Sixers. Crenshaw needs to get an answer now. Otherwise, this could be out of reach for this offense because they're not built to score points. They're built to kill clock and score points. which is something that they cannot do right now.
Mokan, is it too early to say that this is a must-score drive for the Triple Sixers?
It could be a must-score drive, yes.
I think at this point, if you don't score on this one, the way Mercenaries offense has been humming that engine, I think an inability to score here might end the game.
All right, here we go. First down now for the Triple Sixers. Trips right to Sherwal. Corey Greenway in the middle of the trips. Sherwal looking. He's going deep once again to Pat Jerome. It is incomplete. Well done by Steph Chartrand to cut off the lane.
Yeah, it was good coverage by Chartrand and Teddy Fournette, both in the vicinity of Patrick Jerome. And not just that, that pass seemed to be a little bit far as well. So really not much chance of success on that play. Really, really struggling with the long ball towards Pat Jerome. Usually that's the bread and butter of this Triple Sixers offense. And there seems to be nothing going. Pat Jerome still has only one catch for 4 yards.
Second down coming up here for the Triple Sixers. Can they score? Can they keep up with the paces that the Mercenaries have put out there, set forth pretty much? A trips right once again. Jerome on the outside. Greenway in the middle. Veldeth inside. And of course, Matthew Tuat backside. Isolated with Godfrey Abu. And here we go, and a great catch by J.F. Marcotte for a 2-yard gain. Not much after the catch.
Not much after the catch. It's a chance for them to take. Seems like Marcotte is really going to be the primary receiver in this game. He's gotten many of the looks here, and I guess it's a pass that Crimshaw is a bit more comfortable making. You got to wonder if maybe that's nerves, that he doesn't want to expose himself to the opportunity of getting another interception, as happened earlier. Just making the easy, quick passes to J.F. Marcotte, trying to gain yards little by little here.
Third down coming up here for the Triple Sixers. 3rd and 8 for the Sixers. A trips again, same formation look with who is positioned where. Grimshaw waiting for the snap of the football. He will get the snap right now. Looking to his right, rolling out to his right. He's got Villadeth open, and it is caught, yes, for 6 yards.
Caught on the sideline. It's a couple times that we've seen Villadeth as that inside guy on that trips formation, and then just coming out to the sideline and getting a quick catch to gain a little bit of yardage. I do not think they have enough for the first down, though, Mokan.
No, they're well short right now. They're short by a single yard or two. A yard and a half, it looks like it, from our vantage point of the broadcast booth.
And so comes up another big turning point for the Triple Sixers offense. Again, I said it earlier in this drive. If they do not score here, they are in deep trouble. So they really need some positive yardage here. They need a yard or two here to gain that first down. Keep the sticks moving.
And again, they'll go with the same look. Trips to the right, to what, and the backside. This has not been as successful as they envisioned it to be. And you see the snap happen right now. Sherwal rolling to his left now, going crossbody. One hopper, incomplete, turnover on downs once again, Darren.
Whatever the design was on that play, it simply did not work. Sherwal, I don't know if his primary read was left. He came back right and did not have enough zip to get that ball to either Villadeth or Pat Jerome, who were both standing there open with only Carmen Police there to cover them. Looks like it had a chance, but it was not good enough. And this is a very, very sad turn of events for the Triple Sixers right now. Because with the Mercenaries up 2 scores, having the ball at midfield, it's a very, very tough task for them.
It is a very tough task for them right now. Let's see how this plays out for the Mercenaries and Triple Sixers. And again, Police rolling out to his right. He is going to go to his right. He's got Paul Lapierre open for the touchdown. Mr. Fiber himself scoring another touchdown, 23 yards. A huge grab for him right now.
3 touchdowns now for Paul Lapierre so far in this game. No answer for him running down that right sideline. Really, all the damage has been done on that right sideline for him. He hasn't even had, the only time he cut in was that touchdown grab coming in on that slant early on. So really, the Triple Sixers at this point, deep hole, and a big cause of it has been a little bit of inefficiency on offense, and especially an inability to stop Paul Lapierre and Stéphane Chartrand on that right side of the field.
All right, extra point attempt coming up here now for the Mercenaries, hoping to go up by 20 points, if that is the case to be right now for them. And then you wonder if the Sixers have it in them to come back from this deficit in this football game. 32-13 right now. Carmen Police taking his time. He knows very well that the clock is in favor of them, and every second that's passing by does not help the Sixers' cause. Police looking to his left, rolling to his left. Now going across by, it is picked up by Jerome, deflagged. 32-13, PAT no good.
32-13. Now we've got a 19-point lead, which is really looking insurmountable, I think, with this Mercenaries offense. You can't imagine that they are going to somehow not score on 3 consecutive drives. And I don't want to call it over after the 3 incredible last play finishes we've had so far on this championship night. But this Div final
Has been a
bit of a dud.
flat line.
Yeah, it would be if the Triple Sixers were to somehow pull off this comeback, it would be maybe the greatest comeback in FPF history.
All right, here we go. Sherwal gained the football. He throws a quick out to Tamville Death for a hook. 7-yard gain, tackled by Godfrey Abu.
And they've got to hurry it up here. They've got to get going quick. Time is absolutely not on their side. They need to score as quick as possible and then hope for some magic on defense.
2nd and 3 for the Triple Sixers. And JF Marcotte went to snap the football to Kareem Sherwal. Base formation with Pat Jerome on the far right, Corey Greenway in the inside of Jerome. Sherwal throws an out route caught by Pat Jerome.
Nope,
Incomplete.
no
Incomplete.
A lot of zip on that ball, and Jerome was not able to reel it in, as you can see there with Carmen Police on the coverage.
And he's not happy right now, Pat Jerome. You can see he's frustrated with how it's been so far today.
You can kind of see that the entire Triple Sixers offense is frustrated, and you almost get the feeling that they know that the odds are very stacked against their favor, because look at them. There's not even a sense of urgency, despite the fact that they're down 19 points. It's almost like they've given up.
All right, 3rd down coming up here for the Sixers. Sherwal looking to his left. He's going to go that. He's got an open man for a 1st down. Bruno Collette.
A little bit
However,
more.
there is a flag, yes, because of that little hold right there. 23-yard gain.
So Collette comes up with a catch near midfield, breaks the tackle, gets past another player, despite the hold from Godfrey Abu. So he gets almost to the end zone. They're going to get some extra yards with the hold as well. It's a good, positive play for them. They need to punch it in quick, though.
All right, first down for the Triple Sixers. And as you said before, Dan, they have to score. They can ill afford not to score any points now. If they don't do it now, they're not going to win this football game as we go along in the second half of the Div A Spring Finals. Kareem Sherwal patiently waiting for Marcotte to set himself up to snap the football, and he will get the snap right about now. And roll out to his right, looking. He's going to throw the ball out of bounds, once again limiting himself to one side of the football field.
Never been Kareem Sherwal's strength, that rollout. He's much better, in my opinion, as a guy who just sits there, takes the pass, makes a quick read. I almost feel like all the preparation they did going into this game, and you know that they did, it looks like none of it has paid off. Everything that they've thought would be there has not been there so far. And John Laristis has come in and done a masterful job rushing the quarterback here, filling in for Brandon Pierre, and a lot of the credit has to go to him, as it does have to go to Adi Sharma, who's calling the defense.
2nd down now for the Triple Sixers, looking to hopefully make this game a little bit closer, if that is the case to be. Sherwal waiting for the snap. He gets it, looking to his left. He throws an out route, caught by Tam Villadeth. 6-yard gain, tackled by Godfrey Abu.
Tackle might be an understatement. Yeah. I wouldn't call it a gentle nudge, what he just gave him.
No.
It looked like he was ready, about to throw Tam Villadeth into the wall there. Kind of held himself back at the last second. Good thing, too, because they were right in front of head referee Leo Gervais.
Yes, it was. 3rd down now coming up here for the Triple Sixers. And you wonder if they have it in them now to pull a trick out of their sleeve to win this football game, if they're going to be able to come back from this 19-point deficit.
Certainly nobody saw them beating DA's finest. You have to start off with that. So this is a team that has surprised a lot of people just by getting to this point. And like you said, Mokan, maybe they've got another surprise in store for us here.
We'll find out in the final few minutes of this football game. Sherwal rolling to his right once again through the hands. That was intended for Corey Greenway, through the hands.
Earlier on in the game, this would have been to their advantage, this slow, plodding, methodical drive. But right now, you can't afford it at this point. You've got to hurry it up and hope for the best.
And there's President Campana, Robert Campana, looking very stylish as usual for FBF Finals.
Bringing the trophy in, and we've talked in the earlier games. Maybe he's not sure which little championship name to put on that trophy, but in this one, he might already have it set.
Yeah, we might have to concede. If they can't score right now, we'll find out. Jerome, yes, Kareem Sherwal to Pat Jerome, touchdown. A huge gap for Pat Jerome, who was open on that quick slant in.
Yeah, Mokan saw that play developing right off the bat here with his DA experience. So we've seen that play plenty of times. Pat Jerome, obviously a big threat on the deep ball, but in that type of situation, he is a guy who can just make that easy catch as well. Pat Jerome was wide open on that slant.
And Corey Greenway coming in for the extra point attempt. This should be a 2-point convert. I would be shocked if they don't go for the 2-pointer right now to try to cut this lead. And Kareem Sherwell not happy with himself right now.
And certainly feeling very dejected right now, and understandably so. This game has not gone at all the way that they expected it to. And it seems like when we were debating earlier whether the bye week would help or hurt them, it certainly does look like it did hurt them, because all the momentum that they had coming out of that DA's finest upset win seems to have vanished in the matter of
evaporated,
one drive.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, 2-point convert now for Corey Greenway. Looking for the snap. He gets rolling to the middle of the field. He's going to roll to his right. Throw it out. A one-hopper, incomplete. Intent from Matthew Tuat. No good.
Good rush by Tam Villadeth here, staying in front of Corey Greenway. Very different type of player, obviously. Greenway can make it happen with his legs, buy himself some time. But, sorry, I said Tam Villadeth earlier, but it was John Laristis. Good rush by John Laristis. Staying in front of him, being smart, not taking a risk and leaping or trying to bat it down or getting juked out. You just got to stay in front of him and hope he makes an incomplete pass, which is exactly what happened.
All right, could this be the drive that puts the dagger in the hearts of the Triple Sixers? Carmen Police waiting for the snap of the football, and he will survey the field. He gets the snap, looking to his left, looking. He is going to go over to the middle, caught by Steph Chartrand, 5-yard gain.
Well, it was a pass to the left side, but it was a pass to one of the receivers from the right side. Really, Carmen Police showing all his confidence in the world in Stéphane Chartrand and Paul Lapierre. And why not? These two guys have gotten it done all season, and they're continuing to do so in this game. And the Triple Sixers seem to have absolutely no answer for what these guys and Carmen Police, with their record-breaking offense, is doing here.
Yeah, absolutely. Second down coming up here, 2nd and 5 to be exact, as they look to kill some clock and potentially put this game out of reach. Police getting the snap, rolling to his left, going to his right. It is caught by Paul Lapierre. Will that be enough for a first down? I don't think it is.
Maybe not, but in their case, the roles are a little bit reversed. Early on, we were saying the Triple Sixers wanted to have a slow drive and the Mercenaries were a quick strike offense. Now the Triple Sixers are trying to go in a role that is not comfortable for them, which is trying to score as quick as possible and try and force turnovers, be an impact team in that sense, whereas the Mercenaries are in absolutely no rush right now.
Third down coming up here for the Mercenaries. Carmen Police waiting for the snap of the football. He gets it, looking to his right. Quick pass out to Shane Paquette. It will be caught, and he'll get the first down, it looks like, it from that catch.
Yep, and just continuing on that thought, you know, the expression is slow and steady wins the race, right? And once you've got that lead, they've got a 3-score lead right now, and they've forced multiple turnovers in the Triple Sixes offense. They've got them by the jugular, and it's just a question of finally ending this. If they can score one more time here, I think all that's left is the thank yous, the goodbyes, the
We can always talk about the fillers now, yeah?
Yeah, exactly.
All right, here we go. First down now for the Mercenaries. Police looking to his left. He is going to go to his right. It is caught by Paul Lapierre. He is wide open, and he'll be touched inside the 5-yard line. 14-yard gain.
Paul Lapierre's flag comes off a little bit before he catches the ball, and that is why he is able to continue on down the field for another 7 or 8 yards before getting touched and stopped before he gets into the end zone for what would have been his 4th touchdown in the game.
Unbelievable. That would have given him over 30 touchdowns for his season. That's careers for most people like you and I combined.
Oh, I will never reach 30 touchdowns.
I'm in the 20-20 club.
Okay,
little Hall of Fame push for Mokan.
20 touchdowns and how many? What, 20 sacks?
20 sacks, 20 touchdowns, almost 20 INTs,
I don't
20
think
bat downs.
You add up all my stats, I don't think I have 20 total.
First and goal now for Carmen Police. Out route, caught by Shane Paquette, just shy of the goal line. It'll be 2nd down.
Slow and steady. Slow and steady. There's no rush. No need to take a risk at this point. You don't want to give the Triple Sixers any life or any reason to be optimistic. Just keep going with those little plays. Carmen Police is a guy who knows there is no better player in Flag Plus football at closing out a game than Carmen Police.
The Mariano Rivera, if you want to use that term.
He closes out games and he closes out seasons because this is a man who has never lost in the finals and
ever.
And it's not like he's just been to 1 or 2.
He's been to a few.
Yes.
Waiting for the snap, rolling to his right. He has Paul Lapierre through the hands, and not a great play. I know Paul Lapierre wishes he has that football, but he couldn't.
Well, Paul Lapierre can kind of taste that 4th touchdown, and you could kind of see on the Triple Sixers side, They're very frustrated. On the Mercenaries side, it almost seems like they're not even taking it seriously anymore, and it's just a question of maybe trying to set some records or something. I don't know.
Well, Paul Lapierre will probably be a Hall of Famer for sure. Carmen Pelletier already a Hall of Famer. I mean, this Mercenary squad has a few guys who are going to be up for all the Hall of Fame nomination down the road.
Yeah, definitely. And Mercenaries, I mean, when you look at a guy like Jacques Voigt, who came in with a lot of fanfare as Jacques Titan, but he, to his credit, did not stay down in the Div 3 divisions. He challenged himself and moved up. Not having a great game so far, but he's a guy who's done a lot in this league.
A sack by Tam Villadeth, I guess a consolation prize for him.
Well, yeah, Villadeth has done a good job rushing. Again, I mentioned earlier, not his preferred position, but his speed is undeniable. It's just a question of too little, too late. They could have used a little bit more earlier on from the entire defense, not just from him. And despite this sack, you got to figure that they don't really care. 4 plays remaining in the game as you see it now. This game is absolutely over, and we have to say congratulations to the Mercenaries here. And I guess congratulations in order for Triple Sixers as well. It was a big step for them playing in the Division A this past season. They played in Division 2 in the winter. Now they make it to the finals. It's nothing but positives.
And a touchdown for Steph Chartrand.
As we see Chartrand come down with the touchdown. Finally, someone that is not Paul Lapierre catching a touchdown in this game. You know, like I was saying about the Triple Sixers, just to finish the thought, Mokan, I mean, you could speak to it yourself. As a Division A, as a DA's finest member, they put together a hell of a season.
They definitely have, and you have to give them credit where credit is due. And you wonder, the question will come up here in regards to a future topic for the WEPL next season. Who had the greatest season ever, Paul Lapierre or Simon Charbonneau-Campeau with his stats? And that's going to be a great topic down the road.
It was very impressive. Both players obviously won their touchdowns, won their seasons.
PAT good for Jacques Voigt.
Won their seasons sealed it with a championship. Both guys put up incredible numbers. I don't think you can go wrong with either one, right?
No, not at all. 39-13 with a few plays left in this football game is pretty much a foregone conclusion. We congratulate the Mercenaries on a job well done. Back-to-back Div A champions officially. That will happen in 2 plays' time. And congrats to these Triple Sixers on an enormous leap. And they will be a tough team in Division 2, depending who they bring back to the football team.
Well, rosters are always a question, as it was with the Mercenaries as well. This is not the exact same roster as you saw in last spring finals. Obviously, Don Shepard was a big part of that team. He defected to DA's finest. Now you see a core that's starting to build with this higher division team, but it's good to see, because a lot of times we criticize these teams because it's a lot of free agents that come together. It's a group of people that don't know each other so well. But this Mercenaries team that Gino DeFazio has put together has really gelled and done an excellent job overcoming some obstacles throughout the season to have a championship. Again, back-to-back Division A spring champions.
Incomplete pass at Corey Greenway. And you wonder if Gino DeFazio will be a Hall of Famer for the builders category for what he has done for many teams in FPF, and that will be a topic down the road.
It will be an interesting topic, whether it's builders or quarterback. He's definitely got some opportunities there.
That's big.
That is big.
That is big.
And I guess it's disappointing that this game didn't have the flash and pizzazz that the first 3 finals games are. But that's a credit to how excellent you have to execute to win in the Division A championship.
I like that Bret Hart reference.
Excellence of execution. There's no margin for error. There's no room for a sloppy game or nervousness. If you're not bringing your A game, your 110%. You cannot keep up with these teams in Division A, and it's a credit to the level of play that we had in Flag Plus football as a whole and in Division A this past spring season.
Triple Six is calling a timeout. One last play. I guess they just want to enjoy the moment before they head off to the sunset. And this will be the last official FPF play of the season until next winter when we come back.
Indeed, and again, I understand that. Obviously, they want to savor it. It was a long road for them to get here.
All right, here we go. Last play of the game. Choual going over the middle to JF Marcotte, and that is it. Congratulations to the 2-time Div A champions Mercenaries.
Lacked a little bit of drama at the end, but it doesn't matter to them. I'm sure they were ecstatic and will be celebrating tonight. As Mokan said, big-time congratulations to the Division A champion Mercenaries. Well-deserved on an excellent season.
Darren, congrats to your Div D title. We look forward to the post-game show as we recap this finals again. Congrats to the Div A title champions. And Shane Paquette, 2-time champion now for tonight. Stay tuned for the post-game show.
I am with the 2011 Spring Division A champions, the Mercenaries. First question, the obvious one, how does it feel?
Feels good because I lost the two previous ones, so third time's a charm.
Third time is a charm. What about you, John?
Yeah, it feels great. I mean, it was a whole team effort tonight, and we came out on top.
No, that's true. You were in the losing end in the winter season, Teddy. So, I mean, is this that much sweeter that you won, even though it's a spring season? Or I mean, would you prefer to win in the winter because it is the bigger stage, I guess?
I mean, any win is fun. I mean, I would obviously would have wanted to win my Runes or my Expos, sorry, because that's the team I put in. But the Mercenaries asked me to play with them, and we won. So I guess it was a good deal for me.
And do you stay with the Mercenaries in the winter 2012?
Yeah, I usually play with them in B, so hopefully we'll get that next year.
Now, for you, John, we always saw you playing with Gino, in Division Division 3 with the SWAT and other teams that he put in. You finally got the chance to come up last year, and you played with, I think it was the Demons in Division 1. So how do you like to jump up now? I mean, we always knew you were a capable player and you were able to play at the higher level, but now playing with Carm, how does that feel? Would you ever want to leave this stage now? Because, I mean, you're already able to show your talents now.
Oh, I love playing with Carmen. I mean, he knows the game. He's the best quarterback to ever play flag. So, I mean, I don't mind playing lower, but I prefer to stay with Carmen in D1.
So now would you come back with the Demons in Division 1 winter 2012 season?
If you needed me, I'd be on the team.
Teddy, Carmen, 7 championships, 7 finals. So basically, what is it about Carmen? How come he never loses in the finals?
I don't know, man. Like, seriously, this guy is just, when he plays on the short field, he's amazing. And, it's a true testament to his abilities. And he plays offense, defense. He's the only one that goes both ways the whole game. And, he wins. So I guess he has the right recipe. I should ask him.
You should, for the Expos.
Right. Either that or should get him on my team.
Yeah, well, I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think that's going to happen. But especially with Chad Byers, if he's watching this, I don't know if he's happy about that comment. Now back to you, John. Like I said, next year, Demons come back. Would you play with them in the Winter 1? But what about the lower? I mean, you have teams in the lower 2. Where do you go now? Like, would you prefer only playing Div 1, or do you want to play in Div 3 as well?
No, I always just want to play in 2 teams. So from Division 1, I probably end up playing in 2 with Gino. So that's probably the route I'm going for right now.
The best team you ever played on? Spring 2011 Mercenaries?
Best team. We won the championship, so it's the best team.
What about you, Teddy? The best team you ever played on, even though, Expos are your boys?
You know what? There's a lot of records that are broken on this team. So I would say this team right now, so far.
Yeah?
So far.
Now let's discuss some of the guys, obviously, who are not here, but they're in the back celebrating. Jacques Voigt being one of them approaching the scene.
Poor Jacques, man, because this guy had a crazy season, and Paul just outshined him, So, no, seriously, there he goes right there. But for real, he had a great season, and, nobody talks about it. But, he was a big part of the success and Carmen's record-breaking throw-in season.
So I guess it goes without saying, he fills the void.
He does. Poor Void.
Fills the void. Last couple of questions. Any guys you want to give a shout-out to from your team that obviously aren't here?
I was going to say my mom. Shout out to my mom.
Well, obviously, we understand the family's already included. We know that. People here supporting us. They're, in the back taking pictures. We already know about that. But and the teammates.
Man, all of them. I can't even name them all. I don't know them all their names. I just
there you go. Teddy Fournette enjoying the ride on a team that he doesn't know anyone, and just enjoying the ride right now.
Yeah.
Any last words on behalf of the team for this? Because now we're closing out the Division 8, the last division in spring. Any last words?
We'll come back and get it again next year.
Next year in the spring, winter?
Winter, spring. We'll come get everything.
How about you, John? Any last words?
Not much. We played great tonight, and we give credit to the 666ers for playing a good game, and that's pretty much it.
Wait, how come you guys didn't mention 666ers yet? Too cocky for the win, or?
No, you didn't ask us for real.
I thought you would throw it in yourself.
A lot of those guys. Pat plays with my outdoor team, so I have a lot of respect for them.
Yeah.
And Corey and Kareem and Tam, so they have a good team. I think we just adjusted well on defense, and they weren't able to get the ball rolling. So. And on offense, they didn't stop us.
Well, I felt one of the main successes to your defense tonight was the defense. Your key to success was defense. With obviously John rushing. Usually no one is Brandon Pierre, but you stepped in and did a great job. By the way, just out of curiosity, was something that you were comfortable with? I mean, I know you are quick and shifty as well, but Brandon Pierre is big shoes to fill.
Brandon's, he's the defensive MVP of the league.
But did it help? The fact that you were rushing Kareem Shawal because he might not be as mobile?
Yeah, rushing Kareem and Ryan Kasner is pretty much the same thing. They usually stand there and they take off to one side. They're not going to be shifty. So if they're going one way, I'm going to catch them.
Well, at least he didn't miss Kareem this time, because last week
I took a nice
God.
dive on Kasner, but today I didn't
I'm messing with you.
Well, it's all smiles on the Mercenary side, as they are officially the 2012-11 champions with Adi Sharma in the back. And congratulations, guys. I'll let you go back. and celebrate with your team. The shirts are already on. The drinking is about to begin, especially with Carmine.
Yeah, I'm thirsty.
And now we're going to go up to Mokan and myself for the final wrap-up of the 2011 Division A season.
Welcome back to the weekly Extra Point Live Roadshow Div A recap post-game show with Ray Starwar and yours truly, Mo Khan. And unlike the other 3 finals that we had tonight in Brossard, this one was a bit of a blowout as the Mercenaries easily win 39-19 and defend their Div A title to become back-to-back champions. Yeah. For the first time in a long time, we've had a back-to-back champion in the same league. But congratulations to Carmen Police and to his football team on a job well done. Ray Starwar, your thoughts from start to finish. What went down in your eyes?
Well, as we discussed in the pregame show, we said, the Triple Sixers, they had to slow the game down, the momentum. In the beginning, their first drive took literally close to 4 to 5 minutes. They had the right idea. The next drive, Kareem Shawal threw a pick to Teddy Fernand. I think that kind of just turned everything around. The Mercenaries never looked back. They pretty much scored on every drive there forward. Even at the halftime, the Triple Sixers were in the game. It was 20-13 in halftime, and they had possession starting with the second half with the ball. And again, they were stopped by the Mercenaries on a 4 and out. So, it seems like the Mercenaries were just really focused today. As I mentioned, the Triple Sixers, they had to slow down the game every drive, but a couple of the pick that they threw really hurt them. And from there forward, the Mercenaries scored and never looked back.
All right, from the second half onwards, and like I said, watching from the commissioner's box as we have it over here.
This is a prestigious box here.
Very air conditioned and everything.
All the VIPs are here.
Exactly, and seeing what went down, it seemed like that the Sixers had no answer for Paul Lapierre, and you can sort of see they were getting flustered because there were some plays where some players were getting knocked over. And it looked like that Kareem Shawal knew this, that it was a defeat that they could not overcome. And as a result, they lose this football game.
Well, remember, again, going back to the pregame, you asked me who would I rather have, Paul Lapierre in the red zone or Pat Jerome in the red zone? And the reason I gave for Paul Lapierre, because I said he's a big target, he boxes out really well, and if the ball's coming, because Carmen, he guns the ball in there. If the ball's coming in that fast, for sure there's no way anyone can get their arms around to bat it down. So Paul Lapierre had 4 touchdowns today, and possibly a 5th one at the end, which he it went through his hands. And when I asked him about it, Paul, come on, you should have gotten that 5th touchdown as well. He said, I had to drop it so Carm could win the MVP. So, it's all smiles on the Mercenaries. Like I said, they did win the back-to-back championships. I think Paul Lapierre, as you said, there was no answer from the Triple Sixers for him. He was just too big, too strong, and too efficient today.
And you mentioned Paul Lapierre, and of course, not Jacques Voigt, but Pat Jerome, a guy that we thought would have a big impact in the football game. It seemed like from this get-go, they couldn't connect Kareem Shawal and Pat Jerome in this football game.
Well, the first touchdown that they threw to each other, Kareem to Pat, was out of bounds, and it seemed from that point on they could not really regain that success they've had so many times over the season. Is that because they were off, or were the Mercenaries' defense that much better? It's probably a combination of both, but yeah, it seemed like the Kareem Shawal to Pat Jerome connection wasn't as on as it usually is.
All right, looking at both teams now, we'll go with the Triple Sixers. This is a team that we've seen that went from Division 4, losing Division 4, winning Division 4, a whole bunch of things. Summertime, they've been there. What do you see this team now? Is it a D2 team, a legit D2 team that can win it next winter?
I can definitely say that they've taken great strides from when they first started. You said Division 4 they started then, they lost. Division C they won. Division 4 they lost to the Warriors. Then they went to Division 2 and then Division A and then Division 2. So it seems to me the Triple Sixers are taking great strides and they want to compete at the higher level. You see guys like Kareem Shawal, Pat Jerome, Jeff Marcotte, and now even Corey Greenway, Raphael Fredette. These are the guys, the core of the team that want to play higher division. They are a Division 2 team. Whether they're a legit team, it will depend on which express players will come with them. Because now they had Bruno Collette, they had Matthew Tuat.
Yeah.
Now sometimes they even have Patrick Chenard, but now obviously they'll have two out of the thing. And if we remember, they also had Marquis in the last couple of seasons as well. So their chances in Division 2 will heavily depend on which players they get from Division 1.
What about the Mercenaries? Again, this is a team that sort of goes their own ways when you look at the Demons being the Carmen team. But mind you, a lot of these guys do go play with the Demons. But as a whole, though, the Mercenaries, which is run by Gino Tafazio, as we all know, D2 again?
The Mercenaries will be in Division 2, as the Demons will be in Division 1. the Demons are solely Carmen's team. The Mercenaries in the winter are led by Gino DeFazio, and in the spring are led by Carmen Police. So it really appears that they know what they're doing. In the spring, it's always Carmen throwing in the higher divisions, and Demons are his team in Division 1. So I think they'll be back. I mean, Gino will bring the team as he did last winter with Teddy Fournette, Kareem Burnett. Last year Donald Shepard was there. We don't know if he'll return, but the Mercenaries will be back in Division 2. But it will be, again, a Gino DeFazio quarterback team.
All right, looking at the overall grade for Division 8 from start to the last game tonight, what grade would you give this division?
I think you have to go with the grade as the same letter as the division, which is A. A lot of surprises this year. We saw ONS, who really came on strong in the last couple of weeks of the season, defeated the Kings, defeated Rainmakers as well a couple of weeks before that, and they came on strong. Then Triple Sixers, who started off really well, fell to fourth, but beat the ONS, beat the Finest, and went to the finals. So I think it was, like usual, that's what you expect from Division A.
Right.
When you have a Division A of a team of such caliber, strong, talented team, that's what you'd expect. I think maybe the final was a bit lopsided as we had hoped. We had hoped probably a stronger finals, but having said that, I think overall as a division, we saw a lot of good games this year. We saw a lot of good teams compete, and at the end, obviously, Mercenaries stand.
All right, let's now give our thank yous. This is a tradition unlike any other, and if Darren Basserjan was here, he would be like, first and foremost, we must thank the visionary of this show.
Well, I think first and foremost, you have to thank the camera guys who make
Mike
us look good.
Of course, being the MVP once again, coming through.
Of course.
Clutch.
Because if you notice, by the way, I know we're wearing suits and you're in a very, very formal attire. If you notice we look good today, it's not only because we look good, because Mike Palazza makes us look good, and that doesn't happen during the course of the season.
Regular season,
maybe I guess change in management for the camera guys, but Mike Palazza, obviously a huge MVP for why we look good every minute that we're here today. Then, of course, we look at other guys, other panelists, scorekeepers.
We can't forget about Eddie Tarabay. Eddie Tarabay, good job.
Eddie Tarabay did a great job. When he's here, he does a really good job.
He's not playing on his phone.
Not playing on his phone, not playing Nintendo or Street Fighter or whatever that he does. The referees, the referees. I think a lot of people even noticed that they improved this year a lot. Shout out to Shane Paquette. I know it's Division A, but he won 2 championships.
Yeah.
We didn't talk about one with the Mercenaries. Darren Basserjan, another weapon.
True visionist for this whole show.
He won as well tonight. Congratulations to him. He's part of a family of the Weppel family.
Should we bring Darren into camera?
I think we should bring Darren on the camera for a last shot. He's just shy right now. He's camera shy.
He's a little bit championship happy right now. That's okay.
Yeah, he's doing cartwheels in the back, the Armenian cartwheels. So
I want to thank everyone who participated in the league and came out to watch their boyfriends play, and some females did play, so watched their girlfriends play as well. So congratulations to those out there.
Some females played. Which females played in the league?
Yeah, winter and spring.
Who?
On the lower divisions.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Anyway.
Well, just before we sign off, I know due to time constraints, and because I'm not writing the articles this year, I felt that I had to present an award to Mr. Mo Khan, because as GM pointed out, that we don't have my articles, so the Star Awards aren't really there. So I decided, because you're a dear friend of mine, we've done many shows, that the Mo Khan Award should not go unnoticed. So allow me to present to you the Mo Khan Award, which is actually a mirror. A mirror with some blush.
Is this the Mac collection, or is this the?
This is a mirror for Mo Khan, because he loves himself. For those of you who are not aware of Mo Khan's personality, he loves himself. The biggest
Bobby
ego.
Brown. I don't wear Bobby Brown, man.
So this presents him to Mo Khan for the Mo Khan Award, probably the 7th that you won, I believe, 7 consecutive that you won. So Mo Khan Award, obviously, congratulations to you on that.
Make sure you bring that back to your wife, huh?
Don't worry about that, Mo Khan. This is yours now.
All right, then. Thank you to everyone who participated in the league. Congratulations to the Mercenaries on a job well done. Division A was a lot of fun to cover. Look forward to covering it again next year, unless you and I both get relieved. But
which is very possible with the budget cuts.
You never know what happens in this league. That's right. But thank you to all. Thank you to you, Ray Sauer. Job well done all throughout the season.
Thanks to you, Mo Khan. Every Monday morning, working hard for the outline, sending it out to us, preparing all the shows. We don't realize that we do one show at a time, but Mo Khan, you're doing all shows today. You did all the press conferences, and all the road shows as well. So congratulations to Mo Khan. Obviously, job well done. It'd be tough to fill in your shoes.
Absolutely. And again, without further ado, the magic words, please.
Well, the magic words are, we won't see you here next week. We'll see you in winter 2012. But until then,
Good night, FPF. We'll see you winter 2012, January 8th and 9th for week 1 of the winter season. Congratulations to the Mercenaries and good night.
And say it with me, we the best.
We the best.
Watch me not stop though.